Okay. Let us continue with Campfire cooking in another world. I was debating doing so I'm a spider, so what? But I was like, this one probably needs to be continued too. Just like yesterday, I had Faye and Sui accompany me to the Adventurers Guild. Thinking that it would be crowded in the morning, I arrived a little later and was able to get through the service counter easily. I'd like to ask something. Yes, how can I help you? Excuse me, but I'm currently G rank. What should I do to get an F rank? The receptionist looked surprised for a moment like she was thinking. What are you asking now? But she still answered me properly. In order to go up in rank, one must succeeding requests and build up to a certain number of points. Also, there were tests for promoting above C rank. I wasn't even considering raising myself past C rank, so I figured the test had nothing to do with me. You need 100 points to promote from G to F rank, but the request that G rank could accept usually only yielded 1 or 2 points or 3 points at the most. Oh. You're gonna take a while before you can get all these done. G rank was understood as being the training period for people to become real adventurers, so one was expected to learn the ABCs of adventuring during their time as a G rank. Those not suited to adventuring would naturally drop out, and those who would make adventuring their livelihood would learn a lot. Taking all that into consideration, the points for getting out of G rank were set a little high. I see, so that's why. I wasn't told any of that when I registered as an adventurer. Well, I wasn't going to make adventuring my livelihood, but I'd already re-registered once, and I'd like to get to F rank. So I guess I would put in some effort. Promoting from G to F rank usually takes around 3 months at the fastest, and normally around half a year. Please try your best, Sir Makoto. That long? I might have underestimated being an adventurer. Actually, she said 3 months at the earliest, but it was pretty much a given that I'd take longer than that. I'd be staying here for a long while at this rate. G ranks have such a short deadline for requests, and it takes so long to get to F rank. G ranks really don't have leeway to take long traveling requests. When I asked the receptionist about that, I got laughed at. In the first place, there were no requests available to G ranks that needed travel. As long as there weren't extenuating circumstances, a G rank would never abandon taking requests to make F rank just for the sake of travel. That's why it was normal for adventurers to stay in the town they registered in until they got to F rank, apparently. Meanwhile, I had taken one herb harvesting request after registering and left on a journey. That was a terrible idea, huh? Yesterday, the receptionist said the time limit is the shortest for G ranks, though people like you pop up every so often, but she might have just said that to be nice. After all, from our conversation just now, it seemed that unless the person was not suited to be an adventurer, or had extenuating circumstances, it was normal to just build up points until reaching F rank. It seems I didn't know anything. I need to stay in the Adventurers Guild, so let's just put some effort here. The goal, F rank. I looked over the request board, thinking that I should take a request immediately. Just as the receptionist said, it seemed that the requests that a G rank could take were limited. Most of the requests were errands to be run in town. The points value of requests should be written in the bottom right corner of the paper. Oh, found it. All the requests that consisted of errands were worth 1 point. Other than that, all that was left in G rank was herb harvesting. That was worth 2 points. Subjugation requests were basically non-existent in G rank, but there was one in the form of goblin hunting. It was worth 3 points. There's not a lot of choice, but still, the best one is obviously a herb gathering when you think about it. Let's take that one. As soon as I put my hand on the herb gathering request paper, Fel called out to me with telepathy, "Take the goblins." What? No way! Don't wanna. Wait, Fel, you can read? Who do you think I am? Reading human language is nothing for me. Who has lived for so long? Right. I see. But still, I refuse goblins. When I once again put my hand on the request for herb harvesting, I got another. I thought I told you to take the goblins from Val, and I said I didn't want to. The herb harvesting request is better. I was listening to your conversation, and you need those points or whatever. No, is that so? If that is so, you should take the goblin request, which is worth the most points. No, I've decided to collect points considering safety first, carefully. What are you saying? At that rate, we will never make it to the ocean. What? Since when were we aiming for the ocean? The ocean? I never once said one word about going to the ocean. I decided to go when I remembered how tasty sea serpent and kraken are. What the heck? That is why I must have you become an F rank or whatever quickly. Even if you say that, I've got nothing but traumatic experiences from goblins thanks to a certain someone. Sui, what do you think? Do you not want to fight and shoot your acid bullet? Sui poked at it from my bag in response to Fel's telepathy. Are we gonna fight? Sui wants to shoot a lot, like pew pew. Oh my god. Sui's so adorable and cringe at the same time. See, even Sui is saying that. He put Sui to his side, or pulled Sui to his side. Sui, instead of going pew-pew, let's go pick some medicinal herbs. They can be turned into a lot of different medicines. Sui can make medicine already. Going pew-pew is better. That is true. Sui had a skill that allowed it to make potions. Even Sui is saying all that. Just take the goblins' subjugation request. Goblins? The green ones? Sui wants to go pew-pew and kill the goblins. Sui! Just give up. I've lost. I just couldn't say no to Sui going kill them all like pew-pew. Oh my god, he has such a soft spot for Sui. It's so funny. I took the goblin subjugation request off the board and brought it to the receptionist. Having taken the goblin subjugation request, we had come to the forest east of town. I had heard from the receptionist that goblins recently started showing up often in said forest. Killing 5 goblins would complete the quest. The reward was 3 silver and I would get 3 points. Let's just kill some goblins quickly and go back. Yeah, that'd be best. After walking around the forest a little, we quickly found some goblins. 3 of them. Master, can Sui go pew-pew? Sure. Oh my god, that's so funny. The goblins were hit by Sui's acid bullets and fell with a thud. All 3 of the fallen goblins had a large hole in their torso. Well, power as always. That's good, Sui. I need to take the ears back as proof that we killed the goblins, so no hitting them in the head. Hit them in their torso like you did just now. Got it. That was no lie. I had to bring back their right ears as proof of subjugation. Ugh, I don't want to do it, but I can't not do it. I took my knife and plunged it through all at once. I put the ear in a jute bag I had brought from a general store on the way here. That's so disgusting. I'll just find our equilibrium and go. We once again set off to the forest to find goblins. Hey, there are 5 over there. I found them easily when I turned to where Fel was looking when he said that. Can Sui do it? Wait, Sui, you do it this time. Fine. We were in a forest, so I should use... No, you do it this time. Okay, it's telling Makoto to do it. Fine. We were in a forest, so I should use Stone Bullet instead of Fireball here, I think. Right, let's concentrate. Stone Bullet. The stone bullets hit the goblins. 2 of them fell without a fuss. It didn't seem like to have much of an effect on the other 3, though, and they rushed over while raising their clubs and screaming, "Yeah! Stone bullet, stone bullet, stone bullet!" The goblins that rushed me fell over. Whew! I somehow managed to win. So there'll be some left alive if I don't shoot at least 3 at once. I need to be careful. I timidly went to harvest the right ears of the dead goblins, so this makes 8. Somehow I managed to get through it. We've got enough for the request, so let's just go back. Fel? I called out to Fel, but after sniffing around at the ground a little, he gazed at something far off. What's up? There's a goblin settlement over there. What, you think we're going to get more points by doing this? Huh? Settlement? We are going. We are going me? I'm not going. What are you saying? Is it not true that we will get points by hunting goblins? You had to hunt 5. There's no saying that just because you get more than 5, you get more points. That might not be how it works, and then you would have wasted all that time and effort for nothing. If so, then we will get many points for going to the settlement and hunting all the goblins there. That's true, but I have really bad memories of goblins. No goblin settlements in particular. Sui, you want to fight more, do you not? Yeah, Sui wants to keep going pew-pew. This bastard's drawn Sui to his side again. Huh? Sui, that's enough already. Let's go back to town. Don't wanna. Sui wants to keep shooting like pew-pew. Master, please. My precious Sui, just why did you become so warlike? Even though you're usually my only source of healing, so cutely jiggling and jumping around. It is settled. Stop this useless resistance. Hurry up and get on. I've lost again. I can go pew-pew. Yay! Sui looked happy as it jumped up and down all around me. It jumped into my chest, jiggling, and said, Master, thanks, I love you! Sui's so cute. I don't even care that it likes fighting so much anymore. Sui's cuteness is unbeatable. Oi, hurry up. Fine. Even though I was finally able to enjoy Sui's cuteness. Getting Sui to enter my bag, I hopped onto Fel's back. Peeking over at the settlement while making sure that the goblins wouldn't notice me, I found it swarming with goblins, of course. What do we do? What do you mean, what do we do? No, I meant, how are we going to attack the settlement? Of course we're doing it the same way as before. The same as before? You mean just charge right in? No way. There's gotta be a plan or something, right? Stop spacing out, we're going. Without even waiting for my response, Fel raised a howl. Too late. Of course he would. Fel's howl caused all the goblins to rush over. A huge number of them were heading this way wielding clubs, swords, axes, and the like. I have made a barrier around you two just like always. I will go hunt the high-ranked ones and leave the chaff to you and Sui. Fel dashed away, leaving those words behind. Why is this happening again? Oh, there's a whole bunch of green ones. Master, can I go pew-pew? Yes, you can. Sui crawled out of the bag. That's right, unlike before, Sui was here now. Sure, go pew-pew alive. Sui and I are going to kill all the ones here. Sui and Master will do it. That's right, Sui and I will kill everything. Can you do it? Yeah, Sui will try. Then let's go. Yeah! After that was hell. I just kept firing off the 2 spells I could use, Fireball and Stone Bullet, as much as I could. Sui was also shooting its Acid Bullet left, right, and center. Its accuracy was amazing, hitting everything it fired at. To tell the truth, I was a little on edge, worried Sui might hit me by an accident. The bangings were so powerful, I couldn't help it, but I worried for nothing. Sui only hit enemies with its Acid Bullet. How dexterous. Sui was steadily killing more and more goblins with its Acid Bullet. I kept firing my spells so as not to lose to Sui. Just like that, the battle ended before an hour had passed. Woo, I'm tired. It's finally over. We did it! Master, they're all dead! Sui was happily bouncing around. I didn't pass out this time, but I did feel plenty tired. Meanwhile, Sui was still full of energy. Sui's battle potential was pretty impressive. It had killed about 80% of the goblins here. It impressed me on once more just how strong Sui was. Looking around, the surroundings were buried in corpses. This was no exaggeration. The ground was completely covered with a layer of goblin bodies. So you are finally done? Fel slowly sidled up to us. What about you, Fel? I finished my end a long time ago. There was a goblin king and generals, as well as mages and soldiers. Ah, that's so. So there was a goblin king. Well, with a settlement this big, there were over 200 goblin corpses spread out in front of me. I really do hope that they allow you to do more than just 5, or else this would have been a waste of time. Technically, actually not a waste of time. It would have gotten you probably a level up, maybe, or close to one at least. But at the same time, it would have felt like a waste of time. It's gonna take a while to cut off all these eaters. You are the only one who can do it, so let's get moving. Yeah, I get it. I silently got to work harvesting goblin ears. There were a couple of goblins that were turned to a ghastly pale like a zombie out of a movie due to Sui's acid bullet, but I pretended not to see those and concentrated on harvesting ears. I understood then what it meant to turn your heart into nothingness. I had finally finished harvesting all the ears at close to the 3-hour mark. There were 227 in total, a terrifying number. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Fel, did the Goblin King and other evolved forms you hunted have magic stones? I passed that last time, and so it never came to mind, but kings and the like seemed like they should have a magic stone. The king? It had a small one. So it did have one. Right, then let's bring it back. It would be a waste not to do so. As for the others, I'm not sure, but I might as well bring them back just in case. I stored the Goblin King, the 3 Goblin Generals, 2 Goblin Mages, and 7 Goblin Soldiers in my item box. I was going to head back, but looking around, a thought suddenly occurred to me. Fel, is it alright to leave all these goblin bodies alone? And what do you mean? I mean, it seems pretty unsanitary, and the smell might attract monsters, I thought. There will probably be monsters that come to eat the corpses, yes. That is the natural order of things. That's true, but won't there be too many monsters with this many corpses? And it would be trouble if there was a strong one among them. This place is close to town, after all. You have a point. If that is the case, then just burn the corpses. Even if you tell me to burn them with this many bodies, not to mention if we accidentally set the forest on fire, it'll be a huge incident. But we have Sui. I realized that with Sui, we had another option. Sui, can you go pew-pew on those green ones and melt them? Yeah, is it okay to melt all the green ones? You can melt all of them. Can you please? Got it, but wait a little. When Sui said that, it started jiggling frantically. What? Sui? Sui enlarged suddenly after its jiggling fit was over. Sui became 2.5 meters wide and about 1.5 meters tall. It might be a little bigger than Fel now. I appraised Sui when Fel reacted with a Sui has evolved. Name Sui. Age 1 month. Race Big Slime. Oh no, how are you going to carry it around now? Level 2. HP 684. MP 679. Attack 668. Defense 674. Agility 682. Skills Acid Bullet, Potion Creation, Cloning. Sui, since when did you become a big slime? You're already level 2, so it wasn't just now. Not to mention, not only did Sui's stats go way up, but he's even got another new skill. It's called cloning. What kind of skill is it? Did Sui become bigger thanks to the skill? Fel, have you seen this cloning skill before? I have not. Normally a slime would mitose once its level gets high enough, and that would be it. I don't get it. Sui, it looks like you've got a new skill named cloning when you evolved. Did you become bigger because of the skill? Dunno, Sui can become bigger or smaller, though. Oh, that's good. Bigger or smaller? Sui will try, so watch. Saying that, the enlarged Sui began to jiggle. Multiple small slimes split off from Sui, and Sui returned to its previous size. Sui! Multiple Suis! Everyone, go melt the green ones. The smaller slimes all started crowding around the goblin bodies, and they popped, spreading liquid everywhere. The liquid was apparently acid, as it visibly started dissolving the dead goblins. Not even the bones were left. Fel and I were both aghast at the sight. Fel, have you seen this before? No, not even with my long life have I seen something like this. Sui, what the heck is that? Sui, where are those smaller slimes? Those are also Sui. Also Sui. Sui can get bigger if Sui wants, but if Sui wants to be smaller, Sui splits up like that. The other ones can talk to Sui for a while, but after a long time, we can't talk anymore. So Sui can get bigger thanks to the skill, and can also use the extra mass added on by the skill to split. And Sui can communicate with those parts for a short time, but loses contact after some time has passed. I see. So what'll happen to those slimes? I'm curious about that part. Sui is here, so the other ones will disappear after a long, long time. So they disappear after a while. That means they have a lifespan. Huh. What an amazing skill. Even if the split bodies have a lifespan, from what happened just now, it's at least 10 minutes. Thinking like that, you should just send your split bodies to attack as a long-distance assault, and even ambushes would be easy. And if the split bodies could even use Sui's create potion skill, it would become quite a factory. Sui just seems to keep getting stronger and stronger. Indeed, but getting stronger should not be a problem. That is true, but... Master, hungry. I am too. I had thought it was about time for these two gluttons to say something like that. Well, being here is ruining my appetite. Let's eat after going back a ways. No matter how hard I tried, I could not picture being able to stomach food with all these goblin corpses around. With that settled, I put Sui in my bag and got on top of Fel and rode off. After a while, I told Fel, around here should be fine. I'm a little tired, so are you guys alright with just snack buns? Anything is fine, just hurry up. Fine. I bought the buns from my online supermarket, choosing the usual jam, crate, and red bean buns, as well as melon bread and chocolate cornets, whatever. And the necessary accompaniment to this bread, canned coffee. This is new. Fel gave the new melon bread and chocolate cornets a sharp look. I know, I'll give you a bit of everything, so hold your horses. I separated the food from its packaging and arranged them on a plate before handing it over to Fel and Sui. This is tasty. Indeed, it is delicious, the new ones as well. It seems Sui took a liking to the buns as well, and Fel was happy with the melon bread and chocolate cornets too. As for me, I bit into a red bean bun with my canned coffee in hand. Ah, delicious. The sweetness seeped through my tired body. Still, though, I wonder why a simple goblin subjugation turned into destroying an entire settlement. Well, if this turns into 100 points, then that's fine, I guess. I was prepared to stay for a long time, but I ended up finishing today. It's a little... anticlimactic? Okay, gossip. Which one should I pick? Just like always, the goddess of the wind Ninrir was looking through her water mirror at the lower world, peeking in on a certain group. He's late! Damn that other worlder, why won't he offer me his prayers and sweets already? Is she talking about this before his last offering? The one where he gave you a lot of stuff, essentially? Just as I was done waiting, the other worlder got scolded by Fenrir. Good job, Fenrir. Just what I would expect from one I'd given my blessing to. But still, to have simply forgotten to give me his prayers and offerings? What a fool. Doing so is the most holy of rituals. Yeah, this is when they were in the goblin, the griffin area and all that. That's when all that was going on. The other worlder finally started praying. Oh, finally! Really? Just how long were you going to make me wait? The other worlder started giving out excuses like I was a little busy myself. That's definitely a lie. I've seen through everything, you know. The other worlder apologized, and I am no demon. I shall forgive you just this once, but make sure this never happens again. You were so late I have lost count of how many times I was about to send you an oracle. Then why didn't you send it the first time? However, even I have my own situation to worry about, so I could not. Really, how many times was I thinking of sending one down? However, I still had those other goddesses, as well as the war god and blacksmithing god to worry about. Especially those goddesses. I don't know if they've noticed something, but they always appear next to me in the most unexpected places. If I just sent out a divine revelation haphazardly, there was a real possibility they would find out. Yeah, that explains why she hadn't sent out an oracle yet. She was a little nervous about someone just popping up beside her and scaring the shit out of her. I needed to exercise the utmost caution. I couldn't let the other gods find out about this just yet. The other worlder arranged a wide assortment of sweets, so I looked them over. Ooh, this is such a colorful array of so many sweets. Not to mention every single one of them was different. This is just fine. Bring it all on. What? That stupid Otherworlder, he thought it was too much? What are you even saying? This is in no way too much. This is great. Offer this much next time as well. That is an order. That's right. There can never be too many. According to the Otherworlder, these sweets were fresh, so even if I preserved them with refrigeration, I would have to eat them by tomorrow. Ha ha ha. But that is no problem for me. I understand. However, I am a goddess, so both refrigeration and preserving them through stopping time are no problem. I'm going to enjoy one every day. It's nice to have something to look forward to. Ah, I had to tell the Otherworlder something. Now then, I will be looking forward to the same amount next time. Do your best to not forget. All these sweets make for a magnificent sight. Now then, let's try one immediately. Which one should I pick? Oh, this white and triangular thing named strawberry cheese shortcake. I almost said cheesecake. With a red fruit-like thing on top. Now then, how is it? This is earth-shatteringly tasty. The soft and fluffy inside pairs very well with the white outside, and this red fruit is also good. Sweet and yet a little sour. I'm not even gonna make the sound. This is so weird. There's none left. I felt just a little bit that I hadn't had enough. I'll eat one more. Uh-oh, she's gonna end up eating them all. Next is this one. The round and soft one named Show Cream. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now then, how is it? Oh, I just can't resist this sweet yolkiness surrounded by this airy outside. This is good. This is too delicious. And there's none left. I still hadn't had enough, and she's gonna keep going and keep going until it's all gone. That's what she's gonna do. Or one of the other guys is gonna pop in and steal her sweets, and then try and get some for herself. I still hadn't had enough. I'll eat one more. And there's already 2 down. Girl, how many did he give her before? 10? This one, the sweet named Mont Blanc. Blanc with a weird shape. There's a lot of squiggly yellow stuff on top. They're really thin and long, and there's something on top that looks like a nut. Now then, how is it? Woo, this thin and yellow, long yellow stuff has such a mellow sweetness, and the nut-like thing on the top is such a delicious flavor. It's all truly delicious. And then there's none left. This is bad. I was going to eat them little by little and enjoy them, but I've already eaten 3. I need to endure. Otherwise, I'll eat up all of tomorrow's fun. Wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow. Oh, boy. Okay, Chapter 3. Somehow I'm doing well as an adventurer. I got off foul when we reached the Adventurers Guild in Carolina, and we went in together. Our return happened to overlap with the time that most adventurers would return to the guild, and the inside was packed with adventurers, so we lined up for the counter. With this, you should become the F rank thing, no? So we should be able to head for the shore tomorrow, yes? Val asked telepathically. Even if I become an F rank, I still plan to stay here a little longer. Why? For one, I want to visit Lambert's store, the merchant we saved from those thieves. Then we leave tomorrow or the day after. Don't be in such a rush, the shore won't run away. That is true, but I always feel so constrained in human towns, and the bedding at the inn is especially bad. Ah, that shed, huh? Val was a little too big for the kennel at the inn. It was just about big enough for Val to lie down and have a tiny bit of space left over. It probably felt all the more confined because in our travels up until now, we've been sleeping freely under the stars. I do feel a little sorry for him. Should I spread out your futon in the shed? It should be a little more comfortable then. It should. Please do so. Well, it shouldn't be that long, I think, so just bear with it a little while, please. I'll make some good food for you in return. Understood. Do not forget the good food. Yeah. Whoops. It became my turn while I was busy having a conversation with Val. I handed my guild card over to the receptionist. Goblin subjugation, was it? Do you have their right ears as proof? Yes, here. I handed over a bag full to bursting with goblin ears. What? Huh? Sorry, it looks like you're flabbergasted, but this isn't all of it. I continued to give her another 3 bags filled just as much as the first. A total of 4 bags with a total of 227 goblin ears inside. Man, am I glad I bought extra bags. Is the receptionist okay? She's not saying a word. The receptionist was peering into the 4 bags aghast. Are you alright? When I said that, the receptionist came to with a start saying, please wait a moment, before hurrying off somewhere. After a little while, the receptionist returned. The guildmaster would like to see you, so please follow me. Your familiars too, please. I nodded, sending Fel a telepathic message to follow along. We entered the guildmaster's office on the 2nd floor. It looked a bit larger than a normal room since it was the guildmaster's office, but Fel only barely fit. I am Willem, the guildmaster of the Adventurers Guild here in Carolina. Willem, the guildmaster, was white-haired with a stern-looking face that had many wrinkles carved into it. From his face, he looked to be in his 60s, but he was tall, and his properly trained build said to all that he was still active and healthy. "I am Makoto, pleased to meet you. Was that a mistake to take out all these gobliniers at once? The Guildmaster called me and everything, after all." "That familiar over there is a Fenrir, if I'm not mistaken." Rather than a question, it was more like he was stating his conclusion for confirmation. It really did seem like the Guildmaster already knew, so it looked to me like there was no way to bluff him here. "Yes, his name is Fel." The Guildmaster looked at Fel and whispered in awe, "To think I would lay my eyes on a legendary beast." Yeah, any normal person would be really surprised and act like that if they looked at Fel knowing he was a Fenrir. If we're talking about familiars, I should probably introduce Sui too, just in case. I do have another familiar other than Fel. I took Sui out of my bag and held him up. "This is Sui. It's a slime. It seems Sui is special. Unlike a regular slime, it's really strong." "A slime is..." "Yes," I nodded emphatically in response to the Guildmaster's question. It seemed like the Guildmaster was regarding Sui like a regular slime, but it wasn't. Sui was super strong. "Well, you have a Fenrir following you after all. You probably have a few secrets to keep." "Yes, you are correct about that." "Well, then let's move on to the reason why I called you all the way here. There was an urgent message from the royal palace. Put simply, it says, please spend your time freely in our lands. We swear to never force you to do anything you do not wish. This point has been made thorough to the nobles in our country, so there's no need to worry. However, if something happens, we would like to count on your help." "Eh? Does that mean I'm free? Neither the country nor its nobles will come after me?" It seems like something the king of this country would think up. That guy's the type to throw away flowery words and get straight to the point. "Didn't you guys want to be free from worrying about interference?" "Yes, well, that's why he judged it better to have you in this country free than to try and force you to do something and causing you to leave. Just having a legendary Fenrir here is enough of a threat by itself, and it goes without saying what happens if that Fenrir is someone's contracted familiar. So like that, you are free to do as you wish, but we're counting on your help in case of an emergency." "Certainly, even if he wasn't my familiar, if someone was wrecking Fel's home, he'd probably beat the enemy into the ground. Actually, he'd probably destroy them into ash." "Well, even if you say that he's my familiar, he was really just lured in by food. I think he'd probably listen if I asked for something that wasn't that big. Actually, he'd better listen with how much I've been feeding him." Well, honestly, I'm thankful for this, but Fel, what about you? There is no problem. If they will not be bothering us, then it is convenient for us as well." "So he says." "I see. That's good. We're very thankful that you'll stay in our country. Even if the Adventurers Guild is an organization that supersedes countries, ties are always stronger between guild branches from the same country. It's very reassuring to have you around as one of this country's adventurers, so with that said, I do have something to ask of you. It's kind of scary when you start behaving all formal like that. Am I right in saying that you want to rank up since you've been brought in all those gobliniers at once?" That. Yes. Well, the only reason there were that many is because we were made to charge into an entire settlement by ourselves thanks to a certain someone. If that's the case, I can raise your rank to C with my authority as Guildmaster." "Huh? I'm a G ranked, and only wanted to get to F rank because the short deadline for taking requests was inconvenient since I travel a lot. Is it really okay to just raise me to C rank all at once?" Only wanted to get from G to F rank. Is C rank even possible?" "That is no problem with the Guildmaster's power. More than that, it's a problem if the person that has a Fenrir as a familiar is only G ranked. I had only planned to be F ranked, but I'm C ranked now all of a sudden. If I remember correctly, C ranks could get away with not taking quests for half a year. There are several requests I'd like you to take, though, in return for raising you to C rank." So that kind of conversation. If that's the case, I don't really need the C rank. If that's the case, I refuse. Fine. Fel? So raise your rank or whatever it is you're trying to raise, no? If that's the case, why not? "Well, that is true, but if this is about the request, if it is dangerous, I will help, so there's no problem." "Sorry to interrupt, but the request is A or S rank, so either way it will become a request for you." The Guildmaster said to Fel directly. "I see, it's like that. Thank God." "Well, that's how it is. Fel, how about it?" "I know not of your ranks, but there is nothing that I cannot do." So he says. "Oh, that's good. To tell you the truth, high-rank requests always sit around for way too long. Our supply of A and S rank adventurers are limited, you see. Even so, we always manage to gather high-ranked adventurers in response to any urgent requests that pop up, but for ones that aren't so urgent, well, certainly when it comes to high-ranked adventurers, their numbers are limited, even if there are a surprising number of adventurers that just hang around everywhere. There's no guarantee that there are any high-ranked ones nearby. So this will be another request, but in the course of your travels, if you could stop by adventurer guilds and take care of their high-rank quests as much as possible, we will be very grateful." "Well, we'll always eventually need to visit the guild because I need meat, but it looks like the Guildmaster will raise our rank to C with his authority, but will a C rank even be able to accept A or S ranked quests?" "Would that be alright for a C rank?" Ah, that'll be no problem. Each guild in this country has been notified about you, and each request will be directly given to you by the guildmaster, so rank wouldn't even matter. I see. Fella, is that alright? No matter what, we'll be needing to visit adventurers' guilds in the middle of our journey anyway whenever we need more meat. Of course it is alright. Being able to fight is convenient for me as well. If I do not move my body, I will grow dull. Sui will fight too. Sui, who had been listening quietly until now, jiggled and sent that message with telepathy. Ah, yeah. I calmed Sui down by petting it. Well, there you have it. It seems this is fine. Oh, that's good. I'll hurry and tell the other guilds. Fights between adventurers are dealt with strictly in this country, so it should be fine, but just in case, I'll also tell them not to let the other adventurers get weird ideas in them and make fun of you. Oh, that's nice. Just like a guildmaster, the man understands. It seems like all my problems got solved at once. Excuse me. So then, about the high rank requests I'll be asking you to take on. Will you be able to take on some of the more urgent ones tomorrow? Tomorrow, huh? I'll be visiting the guild because of all the meat I'm having butchered, but I also want to visit Lambert's store. Then again, the guildmaster has already been very accommodating, so I guess we should go ahead and do his request first. Understood. I'll be coming back to the guild tomorrow to finish up a transaction, so we can talk more then. I suddenly had a thought as I said that. It went like this: since they already know all about Fel and are giving us such good treatment here, won't it be fine to unload all the monsters I have sealed up in my item box until now, like the Orc King, Blue Ogre, and such and so on? Would it be alright to add some more monsters to the sale? Add? I don't mind, but what about monsters? Or what monsters? Well, you see, I thought that if I brought them out here, then there'd be an uproar about it, so I didn't bother. But since you, Guildmaster, are already this understanding of my circumstances with Fel and all, I was thinking it might be fine. Oh, that bad? Yes, I actually have a Chimera and an Orthrus, as well as an Orc King and some Ogres. Wait a second, did you just say Chimera and Orthrus? The Guildmaster had a scary expression as he asked me that. Yes, I did. The Guildmaster held his head in his hands and had a face on it that screamed, "Ah, he's done it now!" Huh? Was this really a mistake? I need to confirm this, so please follow me. I followed the Guildmaster while holding Sui and with Fel behind me, and we reached the storehouse that I will be visiting tomorrow. Hey, Johann, you free? It's the old baldy from yesterday, so his name was Johann. What's up, Guildmaster? What are you doing here? Wait, you're from yesterday. Johann, sorry, but can you shut the front door and make sure nobody can get inside? Also, keep what you see here a secret. He must have sensed something in the Guildmaster's tone, so Johann hurried to go shut the door. Right, this should be fine, so then just take everything out for now. Just as the Guildmaster asked, I took out everything I was thinking of having him butcher and buy, the Orthrus and Chimera that I was thinking of sealing away forever, as well as 4 ogres and a blue ogre, and after that an orc, Orc King, Metal Lizard, and Lake Shark, and lastly the evolved goblins that were killed at the settlement earlier today. The king, 3 generals, 2 mages, and 7 soldiers. This is all of it. The Guildmaster and Old Man Johann took stock still, mouths agape. Sorry, but still, this sure is a sight. Sorry, I've been saving up all this time and just let it all out. Guildmaster, this is the first time I've even seen a Chimera and an Orthrus. The revived Old Man Johann said as if it were leaking out of his mouth. What? Even the seasoned adventurer-looking guild employee Old Man Johann hasn't seen these? It's way too late now, but I really should have kept them in my item box. I've seen it defeated Orthrus just once, almost 40 years ago. If I remember correctly, 3 parties of only A and S-ranked adventurers were only barely able to take it down. 3 parties of only A and S-ranked adventurers. Once again, I'm reminded of just how strong Fel is. Although the Fenrir himself is lying down, yawning like it doesn't concern him. As I thought, we really can't buy this Chimera and Orthrus. First of all, there's not enough money in this guild. Also, just the Blue Ogre, Ogre King, Metal Lizard, and Lake Shark would make enough of an uproar. Buying up a Chimera and Orthrus is way too scary to even think about. They refused to buy them, so I guess the Chimera and Orthrus really were being sealed away forever. Oh well. Well, then I'd like to sell everything else. The subject of refusal, the Chimera and Orthrus went back into my item box once again. To think I would get to butcher a Blue Ogre with my own 2 hands. Old Man Johann said that so seriously that I listened in on his mumblings. Apparently the Blue Ogre was special and several times stronger than a regular ogre, therefore reigning in S rank. Fel, so you just went and hunted something like that, huh? What a fearsome child. I also heard an explanation of the other monsters that Guildmaster said would create an uproar. The Orc King itself was an A-rank monster, but when subjugating an Orc King, it was said to always be surrounded by hundreds of other orcs. Taking that into consideration, the Orc King was very close to being an S-rank. The Metal Lizard was an A-rank monster, but because of its steel hide, physical attacks were not very effective on it at all, so the accepted method of killing one was to drop it down a hole and attack it with fire or water until it dies. However, doing that would take a hefty number of mages, so a metal lizard would basically never be seen in the market unless there was an emergency involving one. Lake sharks were S rank, and it was said to be impossible to kill one since it swims so freely in the lakes it inhabits. The only time one could see a lake shark was if the lake dried up. It's all your fault, Fel, since you only ever hunt stuff like this. Really, what an honestly fearsome child. The Goblin King generals, mages, and soldiers are from today? The Guildmaster asked. Yes, there was a goblin settlement. So there really was one. Apparently the number of goblins being sighted in the eastern forest recently had led to speculation that a settlement had popped up, so they were planning to post some investigation requests soon. Then I'll have to hand out a reward for destroying the settlement as well. Huh? There's a reward? I was only forcefully dragged there by Fel, but if there's a reward, I might actually have been lucky. Still, Fenrir's must really be strong if you guys managed to take down a settlement by yourselves. Well, he's strong enough to take down the Chimera and Orthrus, so that much is pretty probably easy as pie. Hearing the Guildmaster's words, Sui had up until now been staying quiet, and my arms started quivering in protest. Oh, it wasn't just Uncle Fel. Sui also went pew-pew and killed a lot. I replied while petting Sui. That's right, Sui killed a lot. You're awesome, Sui. Fel killed all those goblins, but the normal ones were all defeated by Sui here and I. Well, I only killed a small percentage of them. Oh, it doesn't look like that way, but the slime must be just as strong as you say then. That's right, Sui is strong and can even make potions. He's almighty. Guildmaster, I was planning to hand over the monsters that guy left here tomorrow, so is it okay if I just take these and hand them over at the same time as well? I'll finish up this batch with super speed and definitely make it in time for pickup. Man, seeing all these really lights a fire in my tradesman's spirit. Oh man, Johan was suddenly bursting with motivation. I'm trusting you to butcher all these properly. And hand over all the edible meat, please. That's how it is, so can you come back tomorrow? I'll prepare your C-rank guild card and pick out a high rank request as well. Understood, I'll come back tomorrow. So the problems from countries and nobles are all resolved, but now I have to worry about high rank requests, huh? Well, Fel will be the one doing them, though. I'll just let him do all the work this time, I guess. Hey, I am hungry. Yeah. You have not forgotten those words, have you? Words? You told me to endure it in exchange for good food. Ah, right, I did make that promise for the while we will be in this town. So you remember, yes? Hurry up with that good food. Sure. Then I guess we'll just head back to the inn. Now then, what to make? Well, it's not like I have anything but rockbird meat. I'd like something refreshing once in a while. There's only one dish I can think of when it comes to rockbird meat and refreshing food. Bang bang chicken. A Fel might still complain if it's just that, so let's make another easy stir-fry as an extra. It'll be chicken and pepper stir-fry. I personally didn't hate peppers. I was actually pretty fond of their bitterness. Since both the dishes were for Fel, I'll be making them with extra meat. First, though, I'll need to do some shopping. Tomatoes and cucumbers and some peppers and paprika. It didn't matter if the paprika was red or yellow. It was mostly there for color. I also bought some other important things as well as some premium beer as a celebration for some of my problems being resolved. Now then, let's start with the bang bang chicken. Actually, hang on, let me check this real quick. 38 minutes. Okay. Okay, boil the rockbird meat in hot water with some sake and salt. After that, while the boiled meat is resting, cut the tomatoes into circles and the cucumbers into strips. Spread the breast meat of the cooled rockbird by hand. Plate the food with the coined tomatoes at the bottom, the cucumber strips in the middle, and lots of shredded breast meat on top of that. Lastly, pour a generous amount of sesame dressing on top and the dish is complete. Terry sauce would be too much effort, so I made do with just the sesame dressing. That might be considered a sort of heresy, though. But sesame dressing is good anyway. By the way, if spiciness is necessary, simply mix the sesame dressing with chili oil. As for the chicken and pepper stir-fry, first put holes in the rockbird meat with a fork before cutting it into large bite-sized pieces. Baste the meat in sake and soy sauce and massage for a bit to help the flavor sink in. Take the seeds out of the peppers and paprika and cut those into about 1.5 centimeter quarters. It's okay to eyeball this. Cook the rockbird meat in an oiled pan until both sides are well browned before adding the peppers and paprika. Once the peppers and paprika have been heated to a certain extent, put in a giant squeeze of a tube of soy sauce flavored oyster spice. Yuck. The seasoning is an incredible treasure that works in both soups and stir-fries. The fact that it's in a tube also makes it easy and convenient to use. I've had it permanently stocked since it's been on sale. Pile the finished chicken and pepper stir-fry on a plate, and it's done. What, you two were actually waiting right behind me? It's not just meat. Just shut up and try it, it's good. Let me see. Nice, since he's scarfing it out like that means he likes it. So he was already chowing down while sending me a telepathic message. Master, it's good. Man, Suey is so cute. I treated the Bang Bang chicken and stir fry as an appetizer for my premium beer. Gotta start off by wetting the throat with some beer. Drinking like this once in a while sure is great. I took in a bit of the Bang Bang chicken. Yeah, that's good. A sesame seasoning was refreshing and delicious as what expected. I took another gulp of beer. Beer really hits the spot. I beg to differ on that one. Now I tried another bite of the chicken and pepper stir fry. The chicken, or rather the rockbird meat, was great with the peppers and the crisp texture of the paprika. And the flavoring is spot on too. Being able to just splash in a pre-made blend of spices that were designed specifically to be tasty is so nice and convenient. My compliments to the Japanese food industry. While I was thinking that, I took another draft of beer. So satisfying. I haven't steamed any rice. Well, bread will do fine. Wait, does Bang Bang chicken work between bread? Let's see. Oh, this works surprisingly well. I'd expected the bread to get soggy from the tomato, but that's not that big a problem if you just eat it immediately. Yeah, this works. I threw back more of the premium beer. Just wonderful. As soon as I found myself enjoying the chicken and pepper stir fry and the Bang Bang chicken sandwich with my premium beer, a voice interrupted me without delay. More. Suey too. Sure, I had gotten quite used to this, so without any undue rush, I fried up more portions for Fel and Suey, all while managing to enjoy my Bang Bang chicken sandwich, chicken and pepper stir fry, and beer. How was it? Delicious, right? It was fine. Fel can eat that much and still only call it fine? Wow. I mean, if you're hungry enough, you'll eat anything. Sorry. Suey liked it. I see, that's good. Suey really is honest and cute, huh? Well, I'll be getting more meat tomorrow, so I can make you some steaks then. If you're grilling meat, then do the usual. Right, Fel's favorite steak sauces, I get it. Personally, I'd like to eat curry, but the smell might be too much while we're in town. It seemed that it would still be a while until I could eat curry. While I was absorbed in my thoughts, Fel released a huge yawn. It looked like he was sleepy after eating. I'll spread your futons on the floor then, please. Fel lay down on the futons after I spread them out in the small shed for him. Well, then we'll return to our room. Fel replied with a shake of his tail as his eyes were already closed. He really was that sleepy, it seemed. Now then, let's go to sleep as well. As soon as I entered the Adventurers Guild, I was shown into the Guildmaster's room by an employee. Of course, Fel and Suey in its usual spot in my bag came as well. Now then, just as promised, here's your C-Rank Guild card. I took my C-Rank Guild card for the Guildmaster. It looked just like a silver card, and it wasn't that different from the G-Rank card I already had. Well, it might not look all that different, but it's got your rank written all over it. As it happens, it is customary for a new card to be issued once a person goes up in rank. Apparently, ranks F through B got the silver card, but A and S ranks got a gold card. It seemed like the gold card was the proof of being A or S ranked, and having one meant that you were the best of the best as an adventurer. I hadn't even known about the card colors until now, so all I could do was give it a appreciative grunt. Next is the money you got from selling us all those monsters. Since you've given us some good monsters this time, the guild stands to profit quite a bit. That's why we'll waive the butchering fee. Oh, you're going to cover it. Thanks. I'll start by explaining what you get for the first batch. The group with the red serpent, huh? The breakdown went as follows. The 5 orc generals went for 12 gold. Other than the meat, the only other usable parts were the testes, just like a regular orc, but apparently they made for an even more effective virility-boosting medicine. Oh boy. The 3 rock birds came out to 24 gold. The harvested materials were their beaks and feathers. The giant dodo apparently had a magic stone, so with that included, the price was 33 gold. It seemed that, like last time, this one had a stone as well, even though it was only a B-rank monster. A giant deer did not have a stone, so it was only worth 16 gold. That was the price for its hide and antlers. The A-ranked murdered grizzly earned me 87 gold. Its innards, claws, and fur were all in good condition. Its magic stone was also big enough for an A-rank, so that was reflected in the price. The likewise A-ranked black serpent was worth 88 gold. Since it had been a while since they'd received one, the poison sac, innards, fangs, eyes, and skin all sold for a slightly higher price. The stone on this A rank was also quite big and apparently of pretty good quality, so that also drove the price up. Lastly, the red serpent was 201 gold. The red serpent is a special variant of the black serpent, and while it was also A ranked, it was several levels stronger and that much meaner for it. That was why it was so absurdly difficult to kill one, and its carcass was so valuable because the guild would only see one every several years. Its materials were the same as the black serpent, poison sac, innards, fangs, eyes, skin, and magic stone. However, they all fetched a significantly higher price than those from a black serpent. Of course, the fact that the magic stone was so large also drove the price up. But the main reason for the price was that its skin was considered an extraordinarily high-class material, And just having something made of its leather would make one a target of envy. And also target to rob. So with all that, your earnings for the first batch came to 461 gold. The meat's being kept in the storehouse, so head over there on your way back. 461 gold? It turned out even bigger than last time. Phil's our house's big earner, huh? Well, he also eats the meat, so I'm happy he's trying so hard, but not to mention the fact that Sui isn't just eating my trash anymore, it's eating regular meals as well. Why is he eating regular meals on top of my trash? It's because Sui started saying Sui wants to eat that too during meals. Is that a problem? There's no way I can say no to Sui when it's being so goddamn cute. Don't be so coy, you know that already, don't you? I guess he's talking to us. Well, that being the case, I'll be needing Fel to bring home the bacon for Sui's sake. And now, let's talk about the pricing the stuff you've added on. Thankfully, we've almost immediately found buyers for this stuff. The Guildmaster grinned widely as he said that. I see. All that stuff I brought out yesterday is turning quite the profit. According to Old Man Johan, all of the monsters I brought in yesterday were high ranking after all. Then let's move on to the breakdown of these monsters. The 4 ogres were worth 160 gold. Ogre meat was reputed to be terrible, basically inedible really, so the materials were just the horn and hide. The horn was used in a lot of different medicines, so it traded at high prices. The hide, for its part, made for highly defensive leather armor and was a favorite. Ogres were B rank, unfortunately. None of these had any magic stones. The S-ranked blue ogre was worth 432 gold. It was a special variant of the common ogre, and its horn was highly prized in its own right as some sort of secret medicine. As for its hide, it was used to make leather armor that had extremely high levels of protection against both physical and magical attacks, and so was considered a superbly high-class material. And as expected of an S-ranked monster, its magic stone was not only large, but also of good quality. So S ranks by their lonesome can turn into such stupid amounts of money, huh? I was certainly surprised. The Orc King was valued at 168 gold. It was A-ranked monster, and its meat was an ultra-high class ingredient. The Guildmaster tried his best to get me to sell it, but I politely refused. Sorry, other than its meat, its testes, hide, and magic stones were all valuable. Apparently the medicine made from its testes would result in certain conception if used, so it seemed that nobles or royalty who were troubled over an heir would sell their own parents to get their hands on some. Wow! What? To be able to... It's certain conception. What, trying for a boy or something? Trying for twins? What do they mean? I want to know. Its hide was popular for producing items specialized for defense against physical damage. Its magic stone was quite big. The Metal Lizard, an A-ranked monster, was worth 169 gold. Unfortunately, I've been told the meat was poisonous and thus inedible. Just as the name implied, its materials were its steel hide, teeth, and magic stone, which was fairly large. In spite of its steely hide, not only was it light, but it was said that there was no better material for physical defense, so leather armor made from it was a favorite of A and S-ranked adventurers. Its teeth were used as arrowheads and evaluated purely in terms of penetrative power. Metal Lizard teeth arrowheads were among the best in the world. The S-ranked Lake Shark turned out to be 468 gold. Its meat smelled terrible and was inedible. Oh great, more meat that you can't buy. But its teeth, skin, and magic stone were all usable. However, it seemed that this lake shark would be turned into taxidermy after its magic stone was removed. The Guildmaster looked pleased as he explained that they were already being swamped by offers from nobles who wanted to buy it. It must have been just that rare to see one, since apparently the only real way to do that was to find a dried up lake. Its magic stone was also on the large side, I was told. As for the goblins, the king had a very small magic stone, so it was 18 gold. None of the other goblins had materials of any worth. Instead, there was to be separate reward for destroying the goblin settlement. So for the second batch, the total is 1,415 gold. Additionally, the reward for destroying the goblin settlement is 70 gold. All told, with both batches and the reward for the goblins figured in, it'll be 1,946 gold. The Guildmaster placed 7 bags of money in front of me, each one making its own thud sound. Large gold coins and white gold coins are hard to use, so our guild always pays out in gold coins. Is that okay with you? What's wrong? Nothing. It's just that I'm speechless seeing all this money in front of me. I mean, all these bags are filled with gold, right? This 1,946 gold coins, yes? Yes, that's right. Each bag has about 300 gold in it. And this one is only half filled with 146 gold. Want to count it? No, I'm good. I shook my head hard. I wouldn't even dream of it. I trust you, Guildmaster, but even I'm surprised with 1,946 gold. I never even dreamed that it would turn into this much money. I see, I get it. 1,946 gold is the largest sale this guild has ever seen. Really? Thinking about it, there wouldn't be anyone who would hand over this many monsters at once. Sorry, I'm really sorry about this, but they were just piling up in my item box. I needed meat, but I wasn't really that hard up for money. Truthfully, I still had over half the money left from the last time I sold monsters, and I even had the reward from those thieves we had just handed over. With all this money added in, I had over 2,000 gold coins. I've got over 2,000 gold coins. That means I'm walking around with over 20 million yen. I've never been this rich. Well, it wasn't like I was the one that earned all this. I'd done basically nothing to earn it. I probably shouldn't be speaking for Fel, who was the one who actually earned all this, but it didn't look like he tried very hard either. After all, most of it was from when he ate from my world and overflowed with energy, so he just kind of went out and hunted. Even the lake shark was done in by a single spell, and as for the goblins, he was already done and waiting by the time Sui and I finished up with the regular goblins. Well, all that means is that Fel is amazing. I guess I really can't stop seeing him as a gluttonous snack hound, though. Okay, I think I'm going to end this one off here. I'll see you guys in the next video.